guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, I just finished up a small scale group build and I had so much fun building that car that I decided I would check and see if there's anything else available that any other kits available with that particular car, the 28 Mercedes Benz SSK, because I'd like to build a larger scale version of it, just something to have a little more fun with. And lo and behold, I found this. This is a 29 SSK, and it differs from the 143rd scale I just built by the fact that it's the two-seater only, not the four-seater like the one that I built for the small scale build. So this just came in the mail recently, and I figured, well, had so much fun with the other one, why don't I open this one up and we can all take a look and see what's in here. This is a Lindberg kit. It's 1/24 scale. Looks like it's got quite a few really cool features. I mean, the full interior, which looks very close to some of the pictures I've seen. Let's take a look here. We have full detail on the chassis. If you watched my small scale build, you saw how much I had to add to it to put any sort of detail on the chassis. We've got an engine in here. This actually looks like it's going to be a really cool kit. And like I said, I had so much fun with, sorry about the glare, guys. Let me just hold it this way so that my light won't blind you guys. Authentic motor compartment. So we have a full engine compartment. Exquisite cabin detailing. Now that's fancy. Accurate underbody. So we do have all of our details that we were missing on that 1/43rd scale kit. And I guess it's 7 inches long. Let's see, when was this made? 2008, so this is a reissue. We're going to do our usual little romp down history, memory lane, and look up the history of this kit using our scale mates. But this is a reissue of the original kit, as when I went looking online, I saw that the original kit is going for quite a bit more than what I paid for this one. And the only difference is probably going to be the box. The original kit does have a much nicer box. But guys, just a little tip when you're shopping for kits, if you want something vintage, take a look at the reissues. More often than not, they are exactly the same kit, just with a different box. I mean, if you're a collector and you want the original box, then yeah, I would say you're going to have to pay whatever the market's asking. But if you shop smart and you get yourself a reissued version of the kit, you'll get the exact same kit for quite a bit less. And the only thing you're sacrificing is the pretty cool box, which I do like collecting them, and I do love the old vintage boxes, which is why I really appreciate AMT when they're releasing some of their newer kits. They're giving us all the kits in the vintage boxes. But sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, and this saved me quite a bit of money over the vintage and the original box. So let's open this puppy up and see what we get. Okay, I'm just gonna slice it open. As you know, you guys have seen my unboxings. I am very particular about how I open the kits. I like to keep the plastic on the box top because I'm not going to build this right now, and sometimes I like looking through some of my kits, and I don't know, just something about seeing the nice neat boxes still with the plastic wrapping on them. It's just something that I like. Don't ask me why. But I've always been that way. I do it with everything, including all of my collectibles. Everything stays in the original box. Now this has one of these Lindberg flip-top boxes, which makes it a little harder to save the plastic, because they had their own way of doing their boxes. And so I'm going to see what I can do and hopefully save. No, we're not going to be able to save the plastic on this one. We're just going to Yeah, that's gonna bug me, but you know what? It is what it is. Now, let's take a peek at what we have in here. Let's just move this out of the way. And let's start looking at our goodies. Now, this is from 2008. Still fully bagged and sealed. Looks like Lindberg taped their bags shut. Let's see what's going on here. Here's our engine. Oh, big beefy thing. It is a 7-liter 6-cylinder engine, as I discovered while doing research on the 1/43rd scale kit. Now that's a big beefy engine block there. I mean, look at that. Take a look at what else we have here in this bag full of styrene. Well, look what we got here. I'm guessing this is going to be a lot of suspension components. A lot of stuff in here. I just have no idea what it is. I mean, we do have a dashboard. We have our axle and rear diff. We have this, which I'm going to assume are some sort of suspension components. It looks like it might be a steering column, maybe. And here's our dash with all of our gauges. Take a look at that. Pretty nice. Okay. Now let's take a look here and see what we got. This is the other part of the differential here. Oh, this is our fuel tank here, and I'm going to assume that this is the upper portion of the fuel tank, maybe. Maybe torsion rods. Not really sure what that is. Not really sure. This looks like some sort of front end components for the suspension. Maybe a subframe. Not really sure what that is. Maybe part of the radiator, maybe? I don't know. Alright, let's keep looking. This has me intrigued now. Okay, this is the rest of our fuel tank. It's got to be. We have our wheel backing. Disc brakes all around. Drum brakes all around, apparently. It seems like. These have to be the wheel backs. Here's our steering wheel. Nice, very nice. Looks like something gets plugged right into the center of that. There's a little bit of flash on here, but it's not too bad, really. Most of the parts look like they are pretty clean. Okay, here we have 5 discs here, which I'm assuming are part of the wheels. Here we have another part here, which may also be part of the, maybe have something to do with the fuel tank. There goes some leaf springs. Here we go. We must be front and rear leaf springs here. The detailing is pretty nice on these components. Now, this is what I'm really interested in right here. Let's take a look at this frame. Wow. That is actually pretty nice. Minimal amount of flash on it. It's gonna need a bit of cleaning up. I can see the edges need to be cleaned up. But overall, it's a very interesting frame. I'm gonna be really curious at how all of this goes together. Alright, let's put these back in the bag. I am no expert on this car. I learned what little I know about it while I was doing the previous build. But let's take another look at this engine. That actually looks pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of the 6-cylinder in the Admiral Cabriolet. Oh, can you guys see this here? It says Mercedes Benz SSK with a Mercedes Benz emblem engraved on the engine. Now that's pretty cool. All right. That's a nice little detail there. We're going to have to make sure that stands out. Okay, so let's move that. And let's move on to our next tree here, which looks like it's the body. And does it have white walls that go inserted into the wheels? Okay, let's take a look at this. Oh, this is the body. Oh, look at that. It's got the door panels molded in on the inside. Well, not that it has doors, apparently, because there's nothing engraved here for the doors, which means it probably, maybe it didn't have doors, as this was a race car. But it does have a pretty nice detailing here for the interior paneling. Okay, now let's take a look at this. Oh wow, look at this. These are the license plates, and they actually are engraved. It's not just a plate that you put a decal in. SSK 668 is what it says there. That's pretty neat. And these are all the grill work for the hood. Wow. Okay, and here we have the top of the hood here. And we have, oh, there's the hood strap there that's engraved. All of the vent work. Very nice. And these have to be white walls for the tires. Okay, we had to go away for a little bit because I dropped the camera, but we're back now. Okay, let's take a look at our clear parts here. These are the tiny little windscreens on this car. Plus, it looks like we have headlights and fog lights. Pretty clear. A little bit of scratches on that. We're gonna have to try and polish that out and clean that up. So let's put that to the side there. We have our glass. That's the smallest clear parts tree I've ever seen. Here we have our tires, and yep, those white parts we looked at earlier, those are white walls for the tires, of which we get 6 tires because this car should have 2 spares mounted on the trunk lid. And they are branded. These are Dunlop SS cords, 30x5. Look at this. It's got everything and all sorts of information on there. That is really nice detailing. Of course, you're not going to see any of that because it's all going to be on the white walls. I mean, on the inside of the car. But that is very cool. All right, let's take a look at this chrome tree here. Oh, I wish it didn't. Well, I guess you don't have the wire wheels are not true wire wheels. But with a little bit of paint work in there, I think these can come out looking very nice. Now the chrome is a little toy-like. It's a little too shiny, a little too chromy. I'm going to have to think about whether I'm going to use that or not, or have to just re-chrome everything. But it is a little too toy-like. Maybe with just a flat coat, we might be able to dull down that chrome a little bit. We're going to have to see. And here we have some sort of grill work. Here's the front grill. Here's the windshield frame, which this is interesting. Look at that. That is the windshield frame. This is going to be our valve covers with engraved Mercedes Benz on there. That's pretty cool. I'm going to guess this is a firewall. We have some engine components here. Our lights, our shifter, handbrake. And not really sure what that is. There's our engine fan. There's our shifter and our handbrake. Our headlight assembly. Very, very cool. Now, what else do we have in here? Oh, here's our interior. Our bag of interior goodies. So let's take a look at this and see what's going on here. Oh, here go our front fenders. No, these are our rear fenders. Nice, pretty clean, pretty clean. Gonna have to clean up these edges a little bit, but nothing horrible. Gotta say, this is way better quality than I was really expecting. Here we have our seats. Again, they're gonna require a bit of cleaning. I hope there's a rear pen. No, I don't know what that is. I thought it might have been the rear to the seats, but hopefully there will be something to cover up this part of the seats, because I'm not going to be too thrilled with that. So may have to do a little work there. Here go our front fenders. Nicely shaped. Again, little minor flash that we're going to have to clean up, which is really not that big of a deal. So, okay. So far, I'm liking what I'm seeing. And this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Alright, let's put this one away. And let's look at our last chrome tree here. Here we have some sort of grill work here. Here's our Mercedes Benz emblems here. Here go our wheel knockoffs. You can see the Mercedes emblem there. A lot more parts. This apparently looks like it's part of the engine here. Here we have the exhaust. That's going to have to definitely be stripped. These little things here, I'm not really sure what they are. We have hoses of some kind. This is a really, really nicely detailed kit. This is, I mean, really nicely detailed. Not really sure where this Mercedes emblem goes, but now it should have a Mercedes emblem on the... Haven't seen that. But it should have a Mercedes star that sits on top of the radiator. And unless I missed that some... Oh, there it is. Let's take a look at that. Just look at that. Now that's pretty. Definitely gonna have to make sure that that shines in all its glory. Although we're gonna have to do a little bit of work on it, but that is nice. Sorry guys, a little professional pride going on here. All right, so let's move that over. Let's put all of this away, and let's take a look at our instructions. And don't know if this thing has any decals. Wait a minute, we have two sets of instructions here. What is this? Oh no, this should be inside. That's 12. Oh, these are all of our steps. All right. Okay, I see what this is. They weren't really that careful when they put it all, when they packed it all up. There we go. Oh, so it's a multi-page instruction booklet. Wow, look at this, guys. This is really cool because they're actually using photographs of the actual kit. You see this? And every part is identified. Here we have the engine and everything going in. There go our levers. Oh, wait, here goes our front axle brace, right front spring. Wow, this is very cool. I mean, look at these instructions. I don't think I've ever built a kit with instructions like this before. This is very interesting. Here's our dashboard assembly. Look at the dashboard. It's a multi-piece assembly. The dashboard mounts to the back of the firewall. And then you have the horns on the other side of it. Wow. Right, well, here go our exhaust pipes. Front axle, the drum brakes. Yep, they are drum brakes in the front. There's a steering arm. Wow, look at this. This is really intricate. We're just taking a quick look through the instructions. I mean, you guys can pause this at any time and really delve into it a little bit more. There's the chassis, there's the body, rear fender installation, and here's where it's coming together. The body's installed. And here go the left hood panel. Now I don't think it's got a hood that actually opens and closes, a hinged hood, let me say. Don't think it's got that. Wheels and tires. And there it goes with the knockoffs that go on the rims. And there go the spares. And here is our finished product here, with all of the details that you should be able to see after you're completed. And here we go, SSK. We have a picture of the car. We have quite a bit of history on the vehicle here. It was the last car made for Mercedes Benz by Ferdinand Porsche. And we all know what he went on to. So, a little history there. This looks like it's going to be an amazing build. So let's take a look at the history of this kit so we can see where it came, where its lineage goes. Let me just pack all of this back up. It looks like it's definitely going to be a fun build. I have to fit it into my build schedule as soon as I get a chance. But guys, there you have it. The 29 Mercedes Benz SSK. A really cool kit, and I'm going to be really looking forward to diving into this one. Let's see if I can put the plastic back on because my OCD just won't let me not try it. Let's see. There we go. Look at that. Good as new. Okay, now I'm happy. There we go. So, this is coming to the channel at some point soon, hopefully, maybe. Got a lot going on. Alright guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this little look at the 29 Mercedes Benz SSK. Alright guys, so now we're looking up the history of this particular kit from Lindberg. And we find that if we look back on scale mates, for the 1/24th scale Mercedes-Benz SSK, we see the timeline for Lindberg. We see that this kit was originally a new tool back in 1966. So this thing dates way, way back. And then continues until 1973 when it's released with a new box with this groovy 1970s artwork. And then we continue to the next release, which is just a rebox of the same kit, which is the kit that we're looking at in this video today. So now, interestingly enough, in 1979, they had this kit again reboxed and released under Lindberg Nokomis, which I don't really know what the reasoning is for that. Maybe they combined with another model company or something. That I couldn't tell you. But that does mean that it was released at least 1, 2, 3, 4 times that this particular kit has been released. Now, this same car was also released by a company called Sankyo that I'm not really familiar with. And they provided the kit to Frog. And also to Entex, who made the small 1/43rd scale that I just finished for the small scale group build. Other than that, it looks like Revell, Gunsei Sangyo, and Testers all released this kit, but the Revell seems to be a Reeboks and I'm going to say that it's probably a Reeboks of this 1973 Lindberg kit. But that's just a guess. I'm not really sure where they Reeboksed theirs from. It may or may not be the same as the Lindberg. And Testers apparently has a new tool, which was released in 1993. But according to Scalemates, the last release of this particular car was in 2006 and on, as mine is dated 2008. Wait, that's 2006. Whereas mine is dated 2008. So this particular kit that I have started its life in 2006. So there we have it, folks. That's the entire history of the Lindberg Mercedes Benz SSK from 1929. I'll see you on the next one.